Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel podcast Eme. I'm Sister Hema, and today we're diving into something truly meaningful about the values of national insight. So stay tuned our podcast and check it out. What is that wawasan kebangsaan? Wawasan kebangsaan or national insight is a fundamental idea that captures the spirit of a country's integrity and unity. The first, unity in diversity or Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. Despite differences in ethnicity, religion, culture, and language, the Indonesian people are united by a shared national identity. The second, love for the homeland or Cinta Tanah Air. A deep affection for the country encourages citizens to protect and develop their nation. The third, awareness of the nation's history and struggles. The fourth, nationalism. The fifth, democracy.
Alright, Emers, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Mia Ernika Samusir and I'm from English Education Study Program. And I'm here want to tell about definition of national insight, brief of history and arguments of national insight. The first is national insight. National insight refers to a nation's perspective on itself and its environment. Based on nationalism, awareness of being part of a nation. The second is brief history. The concept emerged from Indonesia's struggle against colonialism. After gaining independence, national insight was strengthened through Pancasila, the 1945 Constitution, and the spirit of unity in Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, or unity in diversity, especially when facing threats of national disintegration. And the third is urgency of national insight. Cultivates love for the homeland and unity, strengthens national identity and the face of globalization. And the last is prevents conflicts related to ethnic, religion, and race. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
So, do you know the different nationalism and patriotism? Nationalism is strong loyalty to one's nation, often believing it's better than others. Example, wearing local products. Beside it, patriotism is love and devotion to one's country, shown through positive support. Example, celebrating Independence Day and respect to our patriots.
Hi everyone, my name is Fanny Wijayanti Shopping. I am a student from the Universitas Katolik Santo Thomas Medan, and I'm also a student from the English Education Study Program. In this video, I want to tell to all of you about the pillars of the nationality. There are so many pillars of the nationality, but I choose one of them is Constitution, or usually we can say UUD 1945. The Constitution is a legal document that explains of the basic nationality and state life. The function of the Constitution is the first function is general foundation to regulate, establish laws. Example, the Constitution of a country. The second one is the international agreement. The third one is the customary or traditional laws. The second function of the Constitution is guidance for the government of Indonesia. Example like Pancasila, national values, and the 1945 or UUD. The third function of the constitution is the flexible nature. It is not rigid, but can be changed according to the time and according to the need of the society. Until here my video, thank you so much for watching and bye-bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Nuni Agata. I'm a student of English education. This is my final project for wawasan kebangsaan. Let's talk about something important in today's world: hoax, disinformation, and national security. First, what is a hoax? A hoax is fake information shared to make people believe lies. Next, what is disinformation? Disinformation is false news shared on purpose to confuse or counter people. This is dangerous. Why? Because hoax and disinformation can cause panic, distort truth, and threaten our national security. For example, people may believe fake news during election or pandemic. This can lead to conflict, chaos, and even hate between groups. So, what can we do? First, don't believe everything online. Always check the source, think before you share. As young people, we must be smart, critical, and responsible on social media. Let's fight hoax and protect our country by spreading the truth. Thank you for watching. Stay informed and stay safe.
Let's introduce myself. My name is Anna Mariani. I want to tell you about democracy and popular sovereignty. Democracy is a way of ruling where people have the power to choose the leader and make decisions. And popular sovereignty means the people have the highest power in the country. Here are the key points related to democracy and popular sovereignty in the brief. Popular sovereignty is the highest source of powers. Free and fair election to choose a representative. Protection of human rights such as freedom of speech and religion. Government accountability and transparency to the people. And government based on the constitution that limits the power of rulers.
Hello everyone, my name is Mesida Laia. I'm a student of English Education Study Program at Universitas Katolik Santo Tomas Medan. Here, I want to share with you the material about challenges to national insight in the era of globalization. Globalization brings many culture, brings many external influences, for example, information, lifestyles, and even ideologies. This can gradually erode the sense of nationalism, especially among the generation who are more exposed to foreign culture. The other challenges include the weakening of unity, the value of Pancasila values, and the negative impact of social media, which can divide communities. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Vanessa Siregar. My major is English Education. Now I want to tell you one pillars of nationality. One of the pillars of nationality is Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. Bhinneka Tunggal Ika reminds us that even though we have different cultures, religions, and traditions, we are still one united nation. As young people, we should learn to respect, accept, and appreciate these differences to build a peaceful and strong Indonesia.
Hello everyone, my name is Desvina and I'm a student of English Language Education Study Program. Now, I want to tell you about the role of the government. So, do you know what of the role of the government? The role of the government in preserving nationalism is to ensure national unity through law enforcement, civic education, protection of citizen rights, and promoting social justice. The government also safeguards the nation's sovereignty from both internal and external threats. For example, supporting local products. So, like choosing to buy and promote locally made products to support the national economy. This is all about the role of the government. Thank you. Bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Medis Kajopanta Brubarus and I'm English Language Education Study Program from 6th semester. Now I want to explain about the role of society in maintaining national identity. The role of society in maintaining national identity is by upholding the values of unity, respecting differences, obeying the law, and being actively involved in social and development activities. Society also plays a role in combating hoaxes, radicalism, and all forms of national division. Another example, like developing a sense of national pride, active participation, preserving culture, maintaining harmony, and promoting education and awareness. That's all about my explanation. Thank you.
Hello everyone! First, let me introduce myself. My name is Grace Novayanti. I am an English education student. Now, I will explain about technology and its influence on national insight. First, I will explain about positive influence of technology on national insight. 1. Wider access to information. Technology makes it easier for people to access information about history, culture, and national values through the internet. 2. Increasing social participation. The younger generation can be more active in voicing national issues through social media. 3. Preservation of local culture. Technology can be used to promote regional culture digitally so that it's known at the national and international levels. Now I will explain about negative influence of technology on national insight. 1. Excessive exposure to foreign values. The flow of globalization through technology can shift local and national values if not filtered critically. 2. Spread of hoaxes and disinformation. Social media can be means of separating false information that divides national unity. 3. Declining nationalism spirit. Depends on foreign technology can reduce pride in domestic products and national identity. So the conclusion is technology is a very impactful tool if used wisely. Technology can strengthen national insight and strengthen unity. However, misused technology can also damage national values. Therefore, it is important for younger generation just like us, especially to be wise, critical, and responsible in using technology. That's all for me. Thank you guys and see you!
Hello everyone, my name is Dharma Swihasnika Saragi. In this video, I want to tell you about what is radicalism and what the effects of radicalism for our world and how to stop it. So, let's check in my video. The first is what is radicalism. Radicalism is a belief or actions that aims to make a big and extreme changes in society, politics, or religion. Radicals often reject peaceful methods and may use violence to achieve their goals. Radicalism also have an effects for our country and our world. What the effects of radicalism for our world and our country? The first is it creates fear and division in society. The second one, it threatens national security. The third, it can harm innocent people. And the last one is it stops progress in education, economy, and peace. And how to prevent radicalism in our world and our country? The first, educate people about tolerance and critical thinking. The second one, encourage peaceful communication, strengthen family and community bonds, promote positive activities for youth, and monitor and report online radical content. Radicalism is a real danger, but it can stop by spreading peace, love, and understanding. We can build a safer and more united world. Let's say no to radicalism and say yes to peace. Stay safe and be the change. Thank you for watching.
Hello everyone, my name is Lewina Palcaksemanung Khalid, and in this video I will be talking about a very important, the role of the young generations in preserving the unitary state of the Republic of Indonesia. As the future of the nations, it is our country to protect the unity, values, or identity of our beloved country. So, let's explore as young Indonesians can contribute to keeping Indonesia so strong and united. Let's get started. The young generations has a vital role in maintaining the unity, are the nation's futures and must uphold national values such as Pancasila, unity in diversity, and patriotism by promoting tolerance, participating and education's innovation, and countering digital threats like hoax and radicalism. They help strengthen KRI and supporting nationals being active in community service and supporting nationals' development. Through this effort, they ensure that Indonesia remains strong, united, and independent. In conclusion, the role of youth in maintaining and defending the Republic of Indonesia is vital. As the future leaders of this nation, young people must stay committed, innovative, and united in spirit to protect the values of independence and national identity. Let us to always remember the strength of a nation lies in the spirit of its youth.
Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Tina Florencia Sita from English Education Unit, who will explain the role of national insight in daily life. The first, it builds unity and the shared identity. When we understand our diverse cultures and traditions, we are more likely to embrace differences, to live in tolerance and respect. This means smoother interaction in driving and a greater sense and belong in our neighborhood. We see each other to not as individuals but are the parts of larger vibrant tapestry. The second, national insight unites responsibility and active decision-making. It reminds us that we play a role in shaping our nation's future. From something as simple as properly disposing of trash to actively participating in locally community events or causing to support Indonesian products. This action stems from consensus building. It's about making choices that don't benefit us but strengthen our entire society. So, while it may seem green in national insight, truly resonates in our everyday moments. It's the fundamental of a harmonious and progressive Indonesia, leading us to better neighbors, more responsibility citizens, and proud contributors to our shared future. It's the spirit of Indonesia alive all of us every single day.
Hello everyone, my name is Medianti Simanjuntak. I am 6th semester student in English study program at University Catholic Santo Tomas Medan. This video discusses separatism in Indonesia in the context of national to unity insight course with lecturer Mem Pasca Srilina Tarigam. Separatism in Indonesia of seriously to move on post to unity national, fueled by injustice, discrimination, and marginalization. Negatively impact Indonesia economy, security, and development. We will analyze case and expose solution based on Pancasila and Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. Then, live within the framework of a national to unity insight. Thank you.
Hello guys, introducing myself, my name is Lucina Deak, and now we continue to the topic about national traits, or in Indonesia we say ancaman kebangsaan. What is national traits? National traits are conditions or action, internal or external, that endanger the sovereignty, unity, and safety of a nation. These traits can be in the form of military aggression, ideological subversion, economic interference, or socio-cultural disruption. These national traits have three types. Types of national traits. The first is military traits. It's like war, terrorism, and separatism. Second one is non-military traits. It's like cyber attacks, radicalism, economic instability, and foreign propaganda. And the last of type national threats is global threats. It's like pandemic, climate change, and international conflicts. We know guys that recently Israel and Iran have a conflict. What the national threats? to Indonesia, the recent conflict between Iran and Israel, while geographically distance poses indirect national threats to Indonesia, such as first one economic impact, the second one radicalization risks, and the last is cyber security threats. Alright guys, can I explain to you about national threats? Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.